All right, listen, I know I'm not the only person who's wondered what is the deal with all of these with plugins, right? We have so many options to choose from as music makers. What is really different? Some of them go from 0 to 200%. Some of them go from 0 to 400%. Some of them only have 100%. What is the difference? We're going to explore that here today, and we're going to hopefully walk away from this more informed and more understanding of what is the deal with all of these with plugins. Okay? All right, let's dive in. Let's figure it out. We got Ableton pulled up, and we're going to be working with a little loop that I have just thrown together quite randomly, but I think it sounds good enough for us and our purposes. So we have... Let me throw on the headphones here. We got to keep it fresh. We got to keep it exciting for everybody. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of a live play right here. That's not me playing guitar, but I do love that little lick right there. So we have guitars here in the yellow track. Let's check them out here. And let me actually just drop a little bit of a vocal line on this so we have a third element to kind of work with. Let's go with the vocals. This is the first time we're doing this in So Sound Studio. Let's go. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. All right, okay. So that was a quick live on the spot, okay? Putting myself out there. It might sound like shit, no autotune, but let's friggin' go. Because that's what we do at So Sound Studio. If you have not subscribed yet, please do, because we are going to explore sound, music, the process of creativity in all the ways that we can think of. And today is all about with plugins, all right? Of course, we have a return. We are sending our vocal to two separate reverbs. We have a middle-sized reverb and also a big bird. Okay, that sounds good to me. So we're going to have 4 with plugins that we're going to explore today and see what is the difference between them. We have, starting from the most basic, we have the S1 imager from Waves, which I've used a lot, and it obviously is a lot more feature-rich than the other wider, because sometimes, you know, it really depends on your workflow. At the end of the day, you want to select plugins that are going to free you up creatively, right? If your brain is telling you that this plugin right here, this triangle, upside down triangle thing doesn't make you think of crypto or any Ponzi schemes and makes you feel good, you got to explore that. Next up, we're going to have the Ozone 10 imager. And of course, at the very end, we're going to have our just straight up Ableton utility. And we're going to explore what are the differences on different settings between all of these and does it add up. How we're going to measure this, we have iZotope Insight 2. We are going to put it right on our guitar track. By the way, I highly recommend this video that you wear headphones because it's going to be quite difficult. In fact, probably it's impossible to tell what the difference is when you're listening through a mono speaker, probably like your cell phone or a Bluetooth speaker or something like that. So let's get your cans out, or let's get some good studio speakers out, and let's explore this together in high fidelity. Basically count on the majority of people listening to your music in a mono setting, right? So it has to sound good in mono. So whenever we're panning something that's incredibly wide, we are going to lose that information and also that volume when it gets stripped back down to mono, especially if we have scaled it up higher on the side. The only thing that is stereo here are the drums. So let's listen to drums. Nice. It's got that 90s vibe. Like the way that we're testing this, we have a utility here. So we have a audio effect rack, and we have 5 parallel chains. One of them has absolutely no width. One of them has a wider. The next one an S1. The next one Ozone 10 imager, and the very last one is our trusty little Ableton strong but mighty utility. All right, and we're going to go isolate them one at a time, and then we're going to use iZotope's Insight 2 to give us some insights on what is actually going down with the actual stereo image. What I was trying to do earlier is I was working with this mono signal right here, that first track. That's actually the guitars. You'll see these 2 yellow tracks right here are both guitars, except one I just froze and flattened with no processing on it, and it became a stereo waveform, as you can see right here. Let's experiment on this mono waveform first. So we grab Wider. And Wider is a free plugin from Polyverse Music, and shout out to them. I hope it's still free. All right, check this out. So, guitars. Look at that. Wider immediately gives it some width. Look at 100%, feeling super wide already. 200%. Sounds like it's coming from behind you. When it's 200, it's like this. It's like on the sides of you. It's like your peripheral vision, really. So lovely. Wider, Look at that. No problem. It's just a mono signal, and we are making stuff happen here. Next, we're gonna go to Waves S1. All right. Let's give it a couple snaps here for wider. Respect to a free plugin that just does like cool shit. Now S1, we grab S1, and all right, let me just grab a fresh S1 because this one look ugly. It look at that ugly. Why it look at this so ugly? I'm glad that I make myself laugh, right? Because if there's only like 5 views on this video, just like in the previous one, I'm still gonna enjoy making this. So really, I think that's what you gotta do. You gotta follow your heart. Okay, so S1. Nothing. No change on the width. No change on the symmetry. No change on the sound. Mid-side mode. Mid-side mode does something all of a sudden. But look at this. Rotation does something. Okay. So there are still some things you can do that you cannot do, by the way, and we have to shout out Waves for this. You can't do those things with wider to a mono signal. You can make that mono signal into a wide stereo signal with wider. But with S1, you could actually pan it. Woo! It's a little panner. Oh, okay, look at us. Okay, let's mid-side mode here. Look at this, almost disappearing when we go to... So with plugins, let's remember that we are basically just paying for the ability to save us some time. Usually it's just about, being a little bit more efficient. And that's where the money's coming from. You can take care of a lot of these things on your own if you're just willing to put in the work and do it yourself a little more. But yeah, we're paying for convenience, right? Anytime you're ordering food, like, does that mean that you don't know how to cook? Or you can't possibly cook that dish? Yes, you can, but you want to get it right now, right fast, while you're watching Netflix or you're coming home from work, and that's what you're paying for. Convenience fee. That's what plugins are mostly about. You can be smart and save a lot of money if you just do the work and create presets for yourself. And if you want me to get into that, and we could try replicating certain incredible plugins by doing it with Ableton stock plugins, drop me a line if you want to see some kind of that content. I don't think I've ever done that because I got used to some plugin. I splurged and now I'm enjoying the good life, so to speak. I don't feel good about that all the time because if you're using Ableton plugins natively, then you're saving your CPU hella gas, okay? All right, next up, Isotope Ozone 10 Imager. This one's obviously got a hefty price tag. So as you can tell, with Ozone, at least in the regular settings, it doesn't go anywhere near as wide as wider does. Now, what if we turn on stereo eyes? We definitely get a wider signal here. If we go all the way, look at that signal. What if we recover the sides here? Let's go back to wider for 1 second. Look at that. So I wonder what's going on under the hood. I don't know if it necessarily sounds better or if we're losing some sort of fidelity or something like that, but it does just really sound like a very wide signal to me here. And if we go back to Ozone, Ozone, oh, I love it. So we have 2 different modes here, and it definitely messes with selects Haas effect, a decorrelation mode, delays a copy of the mid channel and injects it into the side channel. So I have a feeling that wider probably does something like this. There's far greater control with Ozone than there is with wider, but you're gonna have to dig into different settings and really mess around. Let's compare this right now. We have this in our heads. Let's switch to wider. So it looks to me that wider, let's check the polar level here, slightly different. It is actually different. Both these plugins are doing something different to the sound, as you can see over here with the mid channel at least. So cool. You can get different results. It's not like they're just identical to each other. The sound you're going to get is going to be slightly different, which makes sense, obviously, right? It's good to see it in the actual scientific test. Okay, we're doing our best here, okay? We can't be all scientists. And now let's move on to our trusty, favorite, lovely little guy right here that doesn't even expand. Can't even make him bigger. It's so cute. Okay, so here's our signal. The width does nothing if the actual audio file, if we flip the phase, of course, yes we can. If it goes all the way to the side, it disappears. If it's 100 stereo, that makes sense. It's a mono signal. If you want easy mode, you want to just get your track wider, you go to wider. It's just simple as that. It's a very, very, very cool plugin. I like it. I like it a lot, especially for people who are not interested in or not ready to dive deeper. You know, it's not about necessarily being interested. You've got to feel the call. And I still don't know all of the things about all of my plugins, right? So it's a process. It's a process of learning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's not get hung up on the fact that we don't have all the knowledge. Sometimes knowledge comes in Swiss cheese factories for mice. Gotta record that. Sometimes creativity strikes and you never know when it's coming, and you just gotta take it as it goes. So here's the second part. Another little part of the melody that's just coming naturally as we're doing this little tutorial video. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. This is just a lesson for anybody. Anytime inspiration strikes, doesn't matter when. I'm probably gonna leave this in the video just so y'all could see. Don't steal my idea. I love you so much. Don't steal the idea. I'm gonna work on it, and then maybe we can collaborate. If you really dig that, you want to be like, yo, Ed, let's work together. Join the Discord. Get into the Discord, and we could start flowing and undulating like jellyfish, all right? And not sting Steve Irwin, okay? We're definitely not going to do that. Or his son. He's a legend. We love them both. Okay, so we've done our tests with a mono waveform. Now let's see what's going to happen if we do the same tests on a stereo waveform of the same audio signal, which was just frozen and flattened down into a little pancake so we can work with it. What's up, baby? It's Editing Ed here, and I'm just going to condense and erase this whole next section so you know what's going on. In Ableton, if you freeze and flatten any kind of sample or a MIDI track, the resulting waveform appears like a stereo waveform. However, when interfacing with, at least with plugins, there is no difference between that and a mono signal. So maybe we'll do another video for tests with other plugins, but just so you know, you might download samples and load them into Ableton, and they look like they are stereo, but they actually are mono because they were frozen and flattened in Ableton. If this is something that you know about that happens in other software, drop a line, but really this is me, 100% definitively finding that out. And I'm just going to erase this whole next section because nobody needs to see the same thing we just did. So we're going to move on to the only true stereo file in this project, which is the drum sample. Let's dive in. Okay, so clearly we know that the drums are stereo. The sample came as stereo, and we are just going to experiment with the drums on the drum track and give it some width, because sometimes you want to put a little bit of width on the drum track. I ain't gonna lie. I do some weird stuff like that. I break the rules because they're meant to be broken, okay? That's just my character, all right? So some of y'all need to be breaking the rules a little more often, and I got to be following the rules a little bit more often. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what is the lesson for me to take to my home, which is here at So Sound Studio. Welcome. So subscribe, follow, like, give me a ding. I appreciate it. I give you a kiss. I give your mama a kiss. I give your grandma a kiss. And I give your great-grandmother and all of your ancestors a little kiss, okay? A little on the nose. A little boop. Boop, boop, boop. I love it. Just, nose kisses, so underrated. Nose kisses. Who's ready for some nose kisses? Always. For your friends, for your parents, for strangers. I mean, only if they give you consent. Always with consent. Never force those nose kisses without any consent. Okay. That goes for everything in life. Consent is key. Y'all ready to get funky and weird with the drums? I am. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's see it. And this is going to be pretty egregious little things that we're going to do here. But we are going to see what it sounds like. Okay. That's just another little... Okay. Oh, that's going to be a banger. In my way. We're going to go. Sit down, put it up from the... Let's see what these drums sound like. What are they doing? And if we don't have that, look at that. That's the beauty of this signal chain. Look at us. We're experimenting, and with a couple of clicks. How awesome is that? Respect to our friends at Ableton for making incredible software, lovely, and just gangsta. Just gangsta software. Okay, so here we have Isotope Insight on our... This is what our drums sound like by themselves. And if we made them mono, look at that. We just made them mono with the utility right prior, and we can see. And now, okay. So this is how much width they naturally have. Now, this is wider. This is wider, just going friggin' ham. Going ham like a mother. And going back to the mill. 0%. It's exactly what it says. Wider, it's simple, and it works. Look at this. Look at all this. Y'all see it? Y'all seeing this? Y'all see it? Y'all seeing this? Yeah, there we go, right there. It's going wild. It's creating shapes. It's creating magic. We're getting some art here. Okay. What a great little beat. Love it. Just reminds me of Prince. All right. Now here we're at S1. I mean, this is kind of weird and cool too, in its own way. So obviously, look at that. If it's naturally stereo, then S1 works. S1 and Ozone and Utility do not like to play well with files that are either clips that are mono clips or stereo clips masquerading as mono clips, which is what happens when you freeze and flatten it. So weird, huh? Isn't that weird? We're discovering things here. Are you digging this? I'm digging this. This is cool. Okay. Oh, look, you can see that weird phasing. It doesn't even sound as wide as wider though. Look at that. S1 does not sound as wide as wider. What's going on there? Now, what if we turn into mid-side mode? Oh, S1 sounds wider than wider. Look at that. If we're in mid-side mode, S1 is like out here. Okay. Let's look at this. Woo! Chicka bow wow. Let's look right there. Okay. Hey, we're just going for it. Totally different key. Oh man, I love it. So hey. That's definitely, oh man, that's like some Michael Jackson shit. That's what this beat reminds me of. It's some Michael shit from like Thriller or something. Thriller Days. And let me just call it MJ Seed, and that's a separate one. And we're gonna go and put that into our seeds, okay? Our seeds folder. And bada booms, bada bangs. Let's go, computer. Let's go, computer. Computer, I love you, but you are 2017 powerful, and I'm living in 2023, and that's a whole different ballgame, son. We need you to figure shit out. But I'm also just taxing the crap out of you. I'm using this computer to its limit. I'm doing some AI shit. I'm doing some graphics works. It's constantly getting pushed. You've served me so well. I really love you. Thank you, computer. You gotta remind your computer that you love it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta remind your computer that you love it, because the AI overlords are coming to get you. Not every idea is worth recording. We're back to our authentic stereo file, and we can get a lot of cool, weird results with S1. And sometimes that's exactly what we're looking for. So clearly S1 has its benefits, all right? Really, I think the moral of the story here is that all these plugins operate and do their own thing in their own ways. And it's all about you diving in, doing little experiments like this, and exploring. And again, the real moral of the story is that we don't need plugins to live. We can do a lot of cool stuff with just these stock plugins on Ableton. So let's get back to our drum track here, and we are done with the S1. Let's go to Ozone 10 and see we could probably do some cool stuff here. Look at this. Yeah, so we have our kick right here. Don't want that kick. And then we have our snare hit. We could even do this really, and this is on our third. Look at this. And then, with the hi-hats with the sparkle. Look at this. Let's see what this is gonna sound like together. Right now, ready? That sounds so much more alive. Look at that. Yes. Yes, please. You got 100 degrees. Yes, please. Guys, you just gotta let it flow. Timmy, my man, my lady, whatever. You gotta let it flow. You gotta flow. it's good to be in a good mood based on creative endeavors. So look at that. Ozone sounds incredible, as we can tell. At least to me it does. To me it does. Turn off that stereoizer feature. It's a lot more mono, so it's only playing with what is actually on the track itself. Because this is what it sounds like mono, truly mono. And this sounds like more like what's in the realm of the actual sample. And what if we recover the sides? We get that some of that weird kind of in the mid-side mode of S1. We kind of got the same vibe feeling here. Okay. All right, that was a great little test. And then of course, let's bring it back and end the night with our little rating, little machine, mighty, strong. Whoa. Okay. So here, 0% as you would expect on Ableton's utility is truly mono. Any difference if we just mono or no? 0% and mono are the same thing. Now, at 100%, it's exactly what is printed on the sample. It just sounds good. And now if we go higher, here we are at 200%. It is. Look at that. Getting weird, all types of phasing issue. Like, it's odd. It might work. What if we go to mid-side? Look at that. If we go all the way to the side, we just get this weirdness. This side weirdness here. And it's just mono. And in the middle, that's exactly what we thought it would be. Ladies, gentlemen, and folks, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate y'all. Really feeling like an MC in this video. So I think the lesson here is it doesn't matter which plugins you can afford. You can get some interesting results with whatever you're working with. And if you want to see a video of me just working with stock Ableton plugins and trying to get some of the same kind of results as with these expensive plugins, drop me a comment, drop me a line, join the Discord, badger me, badger, and get at me. Make me feel like I got a audience because I need to shine. Yes, I do. I gotta shine. You don't wanna let me, but I gonna shine anyway when I'm alone here making videos. Just me in the room, it's Ed and I'm wanting to express myself, but it's so much better when you've got some friends. And I want to see you later, so come back to the next video. I appreciate you, like and subscribe. Appreciate you. Thank you for being the best friend in my head, cause you don't even know me yet in real life, but that might change. Peace out, peace out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Alright, for real, much love. So Sound Studio out. We'll see you on the next video. If you got any requests, hit a brother up in the comment section. Appreciate you. Here are the 2 other videos. Here's a video, and here's a video. Or here's a subscribe button. No, here's a subscribe button. And this is a video. You can do whatever you like. And if you love the 80s, just let me know. Likes, dislikes. Don't put the dislikes, because that would make me sad. So Sound Studio out. Peace. I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for telling me, spending some time with me. Thank you for spreading your love to the earth and to people. All right? Don't forget to spread your love and light your shine on fire. I love you. Peace.